Hey, welcome to another episode, Sis Stop Sulkin podcast. I am your host, Miss Tasha Talks Life. I help guide you to your dream life faster by making simple, actionable tweaks to your mind, body, and goals. If you are new here, I'm happy to have you to kind of check out my corner of the world. We talk about all things mindset, self-love, goals, anything you could think of in that realm, health and wellness. So stick around, check us out. So this is part 3 of the Sis Stop Sulking, God's Plan is Greater, How to Grow Forward from Past Pain series, my book. So I am doing 4 episodes relating to the 4-part framework that is in the book. We already covered, if you have not checked out the first 2 parts, amnesia versus acknowledgement versus amnesia, and then forgiveness for freedom. So you can check those out by clicking up here, or it will be in the show notes. But this episode is where we're talking about conscious celebration, and that is basically expressing gratitude. And the reason why I chose conscious celebration when I wrote the book is because it takes a conscious effort to celebrate the things that are happening in your life. So I like the twist on that. But this part 3, is probably my favorite of the 4 frameworks because I've practiced this diligently, and I realized that the more you express gratitude for all the things in your life, even when it's not perfect or even when things are going wrong, the more that you'll have to be grateful for. So I'm going to start with the quote. The quote says, "Gratitude is giving thanks and appreciation for all things. It is a simple, intentional act with a significant impact." By yours truly. But yeah, it really is. Expressing gratitude takes being intentional. It means this when you're going through something that may be hurtful or upsetting, expressing gratitude, even in that, is so important. For example, if there was like if you were in a car accident or something, and you you come out okay, but your car is totaled. Expressing the gratitude that you are alive, that you walked away, instead of saying, "Oh, my car is now I got to get a new car," or "Oh, everything always happens to me," or whatever. But just saying, you know, it could be, I'm grateful that I walked away from that. I could always get a new car, and just changing the perspective, changing the thought. I think that that is so powerful. And I think also it brings more abundance into your life. So I was sharing this story. I was explaining that my dad is the most positive person. Like, he is always saying, well, be grateful that it's not like this, or be grateful that it's, it could have been worse, or whatever the case is. And over the years, from being around him and getting that, I have adopted that as well. So it's not even so much as pretending or just saying it to say. You have to really embody it and really practice it and really believe it. And it just, a lot of times it just brings on this wave of calmness, this wave of appreciation, if that makes sense. um so yeah. And so I've been doing this self work for, I started in 2017. My family we moved twice in 2 months, and we had a new baby. He was a year old, and then the other one, they're 16 months apart, a hormone filled teenager. And it's just like our marriage was, just because we had so much going on, moving and trying to establish, and raising the kids and all of these things. And I remember my husband used to listen to Les Brown, and who else? I don't remember, but a couple of motivational speakers on YouTube. And I started listening too, and then I found some that stood out to me more significantly, like Wayne Dyer, Les Brown, Mel Robbins, Sarah Jake Roberts. And I started to do the work on myself in 2017. I just knew that there was more to me than just being a mom, a teacher, a wife, and all of that. And so I started to really dig into shifting my mindset, shifting the thought processes, like, the negative speaking over myself. I started journaling even more. We stopped watching the news because the news and I my husband, I would give it to him because I would turn on for the weather every morning, and I'm getting ready and I have it on the weather, and he would say, we shouldn't be watching this. It's all negative and it keeps repeating. Oh my goodness, it'll repeat the same crimes over and over and over. And then they'll throw in one event where somebody's building a garden or something. And so I said, okay, we stopped watching the news since 2017. Now, if anything is trending or anything like that, anything that's going on massive or huge or important or detrimental or whatever, it's trending. So we can go and research it and find out. So I honestly don't feel like I'm missing out on anything because I don't watch the news. I'm not heavy into politics. So that has to take more of an intention for me to figure out what's going on. But I am caught up. I do know what's happening right now. Biden just sent out a letter. He's stepping down. So that's giving me a little bit of, I'm feeling really hopeful. But yeah, so 2017, I've been doing this work on myself as far as growing forward from the traumas that I've had to deal with. And in the book, I talk about the short stories about different stages of my life where I was dealing with things and what I did to get over it. And that's how the framework was birthed. And so I say all of that to say that I could not write this book without taking the moment to really look at being grateful for my children being healthy. Two of them were born premature and they are performing at the top of their class. One of them was skipped, things like that. Like my 22-year-old son is, strong and healthy. So when I come home and I see my house is a mess or all the juices is gone or whatever, I can stop in my moment and just be grateful that they're home, be grateful that they're in the house, be grateful that they're healthy, and just all of that. So it takes practice, especially if you've been speaking negative over your life for years. If you've been woe it's me all your life, to switch to speaking or expressing gratitude is it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. So it does take being intentional. So yeah. Another thing, when I think about consciously celebrating and being and expressing gratitude, I think about peace, right? I think about the peace that comes over when you say, oh, I am, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that, you know, um, everything is working out. I'm grateful that that didn't happen. I'm grateful for, even when you think about the traumas and stuff like that, go back to those thoughts, go back and think about them, and then look for the lesson and what could you be grateful for in that. Where can I find the lesson in why that happened to me and how I can navigate those thoughts and that feeling? And so there's always something, and it's not easy. Part 3, conscious celebration. It's very straightforward. It just takes continual practice. It takes intentionality. And so I always say the triangle to genuine peace is mindfulness, which is the ability to be present in the moment, the ability to be intentional with your time, your thoughts, your words, prayer, tapping into a higher power, a higher source, and meditation, being still. So mindfulness is being present, prayer, tapping into the higher source, meditation is being still to hear from the higher source, and that becomes the triangle of peace, genuine peace. And at the center of that is a grateful heart. So yeah. So this episode is not long at all, but it just gives you the insight on practice being grateful, practice expressing more gratitude, Practice saying thank you to people. Practice to asking, saying please. Practice being a giver as opposed to a taker. I can't take a taker. If you're a give and taker, that's different. But take, I can't. And so now we are at the point where I want to say, what would I tell my younger self pertaining to conscious celebration? What would I tell my younger self? I would tell my younger self to stop complaining, stop playing victim, look for the lesson, learn the lesson, right? And understand that the more you express gratitude, the more you'll have to be grateful for. So stop complaining, stop playing victim, look for the lesson in the challenge, look for the lesson in whatever obstacle you're going through, journal about it, and then understand that expressing gratitude will bring more abundance into your life. So, yeah. And the mindset declaration for this episode reads, I am abundance. I give thanks on this day, in this moment, right now. Everything I need is already within me. I would like to recommend 2 books, Power Moves by Sarah Jake Roberts. I just finished that book. The book is powerful. There's really a lot of strategies in there, a lot of things to think about in going through life. And that's why I'm recommending it, because I think it will be very helpful. I'm also recommending Sis Stop Sulkin, God's Plan is Greater, How to Grow Forward from Past Pain. If you have not purchased the book already, it has the Grow Forward formula in it that we are doing these episodes on. And then it also has journal prompts for the reader to reflect on their journey, as well as scriptures and quotes and declarations. So yes, I'm pretty proud of it. I think it has helped. I know that it's helped a lot of people because I have the receipts, the screenshots, the text messages, and all of that. But yeah, so I want you to be well. I hope this episode helped you. I hope that you are going to pick up a pen, a journal, and start expressing gratitude. So like there's many ways that you can start this. You can start by writing 5 things you're grateful for every single day outside of your family, your car, your house. That's going to start to build. You can think of a situation that you went through that day that was challenging, and it could be as simple as somebody cutting you off and you spilling your coffee in your car, right? And acknowledging how you reacted, looking for the lesson, and then expressing gratitude that it could have went another way, and writing that out. There's many ways. And also you could do it in the morning when you wake up, or you could do it at night. You could do however you want, but it's important that you do it. So I want to hear from you. Go down into the comments and give me one takeaway from this episode, something that you learned, something that you're going to try, just a regular thought on how you feel about what I'm saying. I want to hear from you. I look forward to reading the comments and connecting. You can follow me on all social media, Tasha Talks Life, as well as the audio version to this show is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere that there's audio podcasts. So I want you to be well, have a most amazing week, and know that your past does not dictate your better future. Till next time. Hey, welcome to another episode, Sis Stop Sulkin podcast. I'm your host, Miss Tasha Talks Life. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. If you are listening on the audio side, come on over to YouTube to see my smiling face. No, we are on YouTube as well. So you can feel free to come. So this is the last final part to the Sis Stop Sulking, God's Plan is Greater, How to Grow Forward from Past Pain series. There's 4 parts: acknowledgement versus amnesia, forgiveness for freedom, conscious celebration, and now mindset declarations, where we are speaking life over ourselves, speaking life over our circumstance, our children, our jobs, our families, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. It is biblical. So what you say, you will attract, you will receive. So yeah, so this part, mindset declarations, was not as not well, they all go together. So just think of it as like four rings that are interlocking with each other. And so with acknowledgement versus amnesia, you have to acknowledge where you've been and where you at and where you want to go. And with forgiveness for freedom, it is genuinely forgiving everybody, yourself, anything, going into the process of healing. Forgiveness is for yourself, not for the others. And then conscious celebration is expressing gratitude despite whatever you're going through, finding the lesson, and then expressing gratitude because situations, circumstances, troubles can always be worse. And then lastly, tying that together with speaking positive, speaking towards the outcome that you desire in your life. So I love this. I heard this somewhere and it says, speak what you seek until you see what you said. And it's very important that we catch ourselves when we're talking negative or when we're saying things like I'm broke or I'm sick, right? Anything. It's so funny because like I've been doing this for a while. So for me, it's like I'll say something and immediately I can shift it, or before it even comes out my mouth, I've shifted it. So we're gonna start this episode with the quote. The quote reads, your words have power. Speak words that are kind, loving, positive, uplifting, encouraging, and life giving. I love that. Speak words that are life giving, right? I think that possibly mindset declarations could be one of the overlooked or second second most challenging part to the formula to execute, because it's so easy to say something negative about yourself, about your family, about your finances, about your job, your boss, right? It's so easy to say, even if it's true, or even if you feel it in the moment, we want to speak the positive and we want to speak life so that we can attract more, so we can shift the narrative and bring abundance to us. So saying I'm sick or saying I don't have any money or anything like that is only going to prolong those things. And also you're going to end up sick. You're going to end up sick. You're going to end up sick with no money. So when I first started writing mindset declarations, when I first started, I I've heard about it in the Bible. Then I started to practice, and it would my affirmations would be so simple. It'd be like, I am strong, I am beautiful. And as I became more seasoned in, it's it's almost like a prayer, but you're speaking in present tense. So I like to couple mindset declarations with visualization too, right? It's like I am, oh, I have so many. Let me see. I have one. So on my phone, I'll show you. Only if you're on YouTube, you'll see it. But on my phone, this is where, I don't know if you can see it. I have a post-it, it's like a super long post-it, and it has all my declarations on it. And it's literally on my phone, and I can look at it and read it. And I'll read some of them. It says, wealth and abundance flow to me freely. I love money and money loves me. Being me is how I win. I have abundant energy, vitality, and well being. I have a positive attitude and accept with an open heart everything that comes. I deserve fulfilling relationships. My heart is open. I find peace through discipline. My greatest luxuries are stillness, peace, and simplicity. My actions match my goals. I allow myself to feel so I can heal. I am clear and direct with my manifestations. Even though it is, a lot of them didn't say I am per se, I am speaking in the current moment. And pairing that with belief and the feeling is where the manifestation comes in. So when you are affirming yourself, it's not enough just to say, I am healthy, right? You have to truly believe it. And when you truly believe it, you have to attach it to a feeling. In that stillness and that visualization exercise, I'm able to tap into the emotion as I'm saying the words, and then I also believe it, right? Um, yeah, I think that's where a lot of people feel like manifestation is not real or it doesn't work because they're just reciting the phrases. They're not really embodying the feeling. They're not even putting the faith in that it could actually happen and that it's on its way. They're just saying it just to say it. And no. So, and again, it's not easy. It doesn't happen like overnight, but it's very important for you to sit still. Remember, I talked about mindfulness, prayer, and meditation. It takes practice, but it's so worth it. Oh, a good book to read is Deepak Chopra. It had 7 principles, the 7 principles of success and wellness. I can't remember, but that book is really good. It helps me every day. I took out the principles, I put them in my journal so I can just read them off just to keep it at the forefront. So yeah, so mindset declarations followed by the belief and the feeling. Okay. So you have to truly believe it and also feel it in your body that it's possible for you. Then you can take a step further and find the proof. And then there you go. So, and what would I tell my younger self? Let's see. I would tell my younger self to not accept or tolerate anyone speaking to them negatively or disrespectfully. Do not let nobody talk to you crazy. And you can express that. Like, I don't appreciate how you're talking to me, or I will not stand around and let you talk to me like that. And you can express that with genuine coolness. Like, you don't have to pop off and do all of that, whatever. You can express how you feel. But that comes with time too, is just deliberating, problem solving, things like that. So I hope this episode was helpful. Mindset declarations is pretty straightforward. So before we end, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite mindset declaration? What do you tell yourself? What is something that you speak over your life, over your family, over your circumstance, over your finances? And leave it in the comments. I have shared mine with you already, so I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Don't forget to go follow me on all social media platforms at Tasha Talks Life. So I thank you for subscribing or following the episodes. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what if there's anything that that stands out, let me know in the comments. I love to go and check them out. So, and don't forget to like, because if you like it, it's going to push it out to more people. But I want you to be well, have an amazing rest of the week, and know that your past, the things that held you back, the things that hurt you, does not dictate your better future. Till next time.